What's going on, y'all? I am your girl Ray P. Welcome back to another episode of the We Got Y'all podcast. Of course, I am not here alone. I am joined by my amazing co-host friend, definitely not foe, Kyra Richardson,
Hey,
aka K Rich. What's going on, friend?
what's happening with you? I appreciate that. Listen, Rachel's so good at this. She's so clever on top of her feet. Shout out to Hove,
For
friend or
sure.
foe, reasonable doubt. There's also a friend or foe 97, friend or foe 98, friend or foe 97. Either way, it's on volume one.
Hmm.
So we're back. I'm here. I'm happy to be here with you. How you feeling today?
I feel good. We've been, if you watch it, we in the same clothes, so I feel
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
I
You
still
know,
feel
we're
good. It's a good day today.
absolutely. We're doing two shows at once. Morning
Double
show on
whammy
Apple TV Plus, and of course, Reasonable Doubt.
for
So
sure.
we're in the Reasonable Doubt segment of things. I told Rachel earlier, I really enjoy the morning show. Great
Yeah,
show. We just had a really good conversation actually
for
about
sure.
episode three. But I feel like Reasonable Doubt is like the dessert after dinner. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's like that the nightcap almost. It's a little
Yeah.
bit more juicy and satisfying in a sense because it kind of
Yeah.
fills some of the stuff that I don't have in my life, just the drama and all the salaciousness and all that kind of stuff. But we were back to discuss season 3, episode 4, friend or foe.
Hmm.
Obviously, this episode was directed, not obviously, but this episode was directed by Anton Cropper and written by Chris Sanford. Synopsis: as jury selection begins, Jax and her team uncover threats from Ozzie's past and present. Meanwhile, Jackson Lewis must deal with repercussions of past actions. Before we give you your praise, Rachel, for doing something that you always do here on this show, which is no. Rachel be knowing,
Come
Rachel
on.
Damas,
Come on.
Rachel called a few things. We're going to talk about it here in a second. But I was having a conversation with our good friend. Shout out to Portia Renee.
Portia. Don't make me call Portia.
I was having a conversation about reasonable doubt,
Hmm.
and I just want to know what your thoughts are on Lewis. What are your thoughts before I even get into how do you feel about Lewis?
That is a loaded question because I feel like my feelings towards Lewis change by the season.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe so far in these 3 episodes, by the episode, episodically they change.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that he's not the boss. We all know Jax is the breadwinner. We see Eddie, Big
Hmm.
Eddie.
You know what I was watching? You know what I was thinking? I promise on everything. And this is a me and Rachel thing. Obviously, I know Rachel as a human being, known her for a
Uh-huh.
very long time.
You knew I
And
wanted him
I
bad.
I I knew Rachel was probably like, oh, I need Eddie in my life. Rachel, Eddie just became Rachel's favorite new character. That's all I'm gonna say. I promise you. I swear on everything. I did everything but put it in my notes, Rachel. I know you so well. I know Rachel was like, "Ooh, Eddie, you got one.
You
If
know
you need me, call me. If you need me, call me."
if you got it, if you're looking for it, I got it. You hear me? Do you fucking hear me? Whole episode, the Eddie of it all. You know it's a gift now, but in 5 heartbeats, when JT starts singing and
Yeah,
homegirl in the chair
yeah. The girl that looks like
that look like Tisha
oh,
Campbell in the
yeah,
chair
Tisha
in the
Campbell. Yeah,
audience going through it. That's me. That's me when
I
Big
knew
Eddie
it.
is
I was
on the
like, "Oh,
screen
I would love to see
at this
Rachel right now,
current
looking at
juncture. And
especially a specific
because
scene."
he's a recovering addict, but because we see that Eddie is the motherfucking big dog. And
Big
so
dog.
again, how do I feel about Lewis?
I don't,
When you got aura, you got aura. When you what do the young people say? When you got the Riz, you got
mm-hmm.
the Riz. And I hate I don't do that in cell talk, but Eddie is a motherfucking man. You hear me?
Eddie showed a lot of people
Even
some things this episode.
okay, not it really was the him and Lewis for me.
Oh
But
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But yeah, even
but
with the kids, Eddie know
even
what he's
but
doing,
even
man.
with the kids, even with Mama, you
Yeah, him and Mama Lou definitely fucking, as we said last week. Oh, and with Big Eddie back in the scene.
Big Eddie is back on the scene, and I just had an epiphany. Eddie reminds me of that goddamn thorn in my side. Even in diction, even in like tonal quality of his voice. Ooh. Mm. Anyways, so how do I feel about I'm sweating? How do I feel about Lewis? Lewis ain't no dog.
Yeah, he a puppy.
Lewis
He ain't
can't
no big
stop
dog.
with the big dogs. I like Lewis. I enjoy Lewis as a character. Lewis be on some bullshit. Lewis was fucking your daughter best friend mama. You a fuck nigga, high key. Jax was able to look past that. She was able to look past you not being the breadwinner, which is totally fine because partnership matters. Do you support in these ways? Because if you remember, while Jax was being the top boss, HBIC, Lewis was at home with them kids making sure homework was done and doing XYZ, you know? So there is
That dinner ain't gonna cook itself.
Come on, dog. So, I think that Lewis finds value. I think that I am happy that he's working and is employed. I understood, and we'll get into it, why he was sympathetic towards Sam when Sam's tea came out initially. But how do I feel about Lewis? He's not my favorite. He's okay. He's trying to be an upstanding good man.
Yeah, that's fair. Portia can't stand him, which is what the whole point of this question was.
Yeah.
To the point when she started saying it, my first thought was, hold on, what season are you on? Because as you mentioned, it really changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Season 1, Lewis is different from where he is now, and it's at a third. But something about those L's, you got Lawrence, you got Lewis. Something about those L's just don't sit right with Portia. And I happen to be a fan, but Lewis, mostly to troll her. We'll get into the Lewis of this.
Okay.
When it's because we have to spend some time on that
For
scene
sure.
with Eddie and Lewis. And
Please.
Is Lewis low key? Was Lewis low key a lame? I don't know. Maybe.
Well, he has those weave braids.
Yeah, he got them. Who else had the AJs? When it was revealed that AJ from 106 Park had faux locks for years. Yeah, that's anytime you get any man units or faux locks, I always look at you a little bit sideways. Who am I to judge? But either way, I felt that Bill might be a good place to start this episode because he didn't have a lot going on.
For sure.
And I just want to mention, because we had, and also if you're looking for where to watch Reasonable Doubt, it's streaming on Hulu. We had questions about Bill.
For sure.
And it kind of rolls into partially you being right. We talked about, I know, right? We talked about what Bill had going on. Like, why is Bill estranged? Why is he not able to see his kids? Why is his wife looking at the phone and rolling her eyes when he calls? What's going on? And we see Bill come to the door with petunias, not peonies, but petunias.
Peonies.
For his anniversary. You said what?
Peonies,
whatever. Peonies. Yeah, the P ones, not the petunias, but the P's. Oh, hey, coming for his anniversary, which is a day late
and a dollar short.
Yeah, day late and $1 short. So right into what you were talking about last week, Rachel, we just see that Bill wasn't on top of it. He was he comes with the wrong flowers. You're not on the actual day of our anniversary. Not only that, you're telling me that this big case with the Ozzie, if you win it, you're going to be partner.
Great.
Also, because you're on this case, you might need to be a little bit later, have to switch some things up with the kid pickup. And that's when his wife was set off because these flowers aren't just for our anniversary. You always had some hidden agenda. Yeah, you're lying. You always had some hidden agenda. And this is the life that you chose.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, is work ahead of the family?
For
We
sure.
ask that question. It is. We find that out.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was along way before you left. I
Yeah.
had to put our kids down and get them ready for bed by myself way before you were going.
Mm-hmm.
I had to take them to practice way before you were going, checking with their teachers, the whole nine. So we get that part of it. And then we also see the flip side of it later in the episode where Bill is helping with the project and takes them
Mm-hmm.
to the amusement park and talks to the soccer coach and
Mm-hmm.
make sure he brings the oxtails from Peppers
Yeah.
because I might forget some things, but I know this is your shit. And I
Yeah.
just want to make life easier for you. We see the ups and downs. We see both sides of it, the black swan of it all.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts right now on Bill? As we're getting a little bit more information about how he got in this predicament, um, and where his family life stands.
Yeah. Well, less Bill, more Kendra. It's very interesting that Kendra is also a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
I am curious. We talked last week about Bill's law school journey. I'm wondering, and maybe she is a regular, a traditional student, if they met there or if they met maybe at the previous firm, this and the third. I'm actually more curious about their backstory. And to your point, we learned this week that Bill was fucking up in his marriage, and so it wasn't necessarily him out cheating and dipping and doing it or beating. Because I was wondering why
I was
she was
wondering about that
so,
too.
yeah, I was wondering why she was so anti you can't see the kids. But sometimes you just cannot come up over here fucking up the flow, especially if I am picking up your slack. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that was an interesting discovery to me. I don't like Bill,
I'm
but
holding judgment to see how he handles the Jack
yeah,
situation.
but I have a little bit more grace for him. He's not getting the same amount of side eye that he was getting. So maybe it's a little it's been lessened. I'm glad that he stepped up. I'm glad he showed up, had the kids. The kids love him. That was another thing. It would have been different, and even though they're smaller, if you think back to season 1, Spencer and Naima were bigger than Bill's kids, but
Mm-hmm.
still small enough to be affected by their parent separation. And you don't see anybody dragging their feet to come in the house or hurrying. Yes, they were running in the house, but there was no hurry up and get me the fuck away from dad. We are only with him because we had to be here. The kids very
Right.
much are still enamored by their father and their time. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that was good to see too. Cause I
Yeah.
know we didn't know how that was going based off of last week's
Yeah.
discoveries. So it was good to see that he does still have a quote unquote good enough relationship with the kids. I I'm holding judgment for how Bills handles the Jack situation, and maybe he has a come to Jesus moment and realizes that all money ain't good money. And then also with that, maybe I can get back. Maybe at the end of this, I don't get the partnership because I don't play their game. But Jack's fuck with me. I believe there's gonna be a coup. Maybe our relationship is so tight that I'm able to roll with her and whatever that happens, and I get my family back too. That's just
Yeah. Yeah. No,
projection, but side eye, we'll see how he handles it.
this is definitely the last season with Jack's at that firm.
For sure.
100%. 100%.
For sure.
That's and I think what you said is 100% spot on. I
Mm-hmm.
think because when you look at it, you had Rich in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
You had Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Rich might have been season 1 and 2. No, this is season 3. Yeah, Rich season 1, Corey season 2. Now you have Bill. I think Bill is going to be the first one that does stay along. And Bill wants partner. There's your partner.
Yeah.
Maybe they get in business together because I can
Mm-hmm.
see Joseph Sikora as a recurring character. And the
For
main
sure.
character, he's obviously on the promotional poster along with Morris Chestnut, which I'm very curious if that was just a advertising, like, hey, Morris
Corey's
Chestnut,
not
or
done.
how. I know he's not done. But when will we see him and how much are we going to see? I'm sure just by guessing, once the trial kicks off, Corey is
Mm-hmm.
going to be involved in somehow, some way. We'll see what
For
happens
sure.
with him.
For sure.
But you said it perfectly. It was really just about, is Bill genuine? what's going on with that. And I think that I really won't have an answer until, because of course you're gonna ride out for your family.
Right.
For the most part, we know
Right.
we cares about that. It's easier to care about your family than the people you work with.
Exactly.
And are you going to hold Jax down? That's yet to be seen. So we'll hold judgment on Bill until we find out more information. But that was pretty much the ins and outs of. Obviously, he's helpful with the case, but no more real Bill information. So where would you like to take it now, Rachel? Who do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Jax.
Let's talk about Jax.
Talk about Jax.
All right, let's get into it.
So we open pretty much with Jackson team navigating jury selection and understanding who is a good juror and or who would be a good juror and who would not. Have you ever done jury duty?
Yes, once, but I didn't actually get selected. I showed up for 3 days and I kept getting called back, but I didn't actually have to serve on the case.
I have never served jury duty. I've never been summoned, anything.
Never been summoned either?
Never been summoned.
It's coming.
Right, now that I put it in the atmosphere. That is so interesting to me. And
they pay you for it too. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So $2.
I was gonna say I don't know anything about it. I was gonna lie and say my first introduction to it was to what the process actually can look like in depth, or maybe the first time I paid attention to it was actually on the movie Marshall, but that's a lie because low key I got Martin in the back of my head when they're that jury.
One of my top 3 favorite episodes of Martin. Have you ever seen a movie called Runaway Jury with Gene Hackman and John Cusack?
No. I've heard of it. I just have never seen it.
If you're looking for emphasis on how juries are selected and how they can be manipulated, that is a great movie to see. I made it to the selection right before this part. So what we see in the episode, I made it to the step right before it. I showed up. It could have potentially been called and asked those questions, but I've never actually been, hey, do you ever had have you ever been a victim of sexual assault or know anybody and all that kind of stuff where they excuse you and take you? So but pretty interesting process.
Yeah, it is. So we're seeing the rigmarole of all of that and very interesting notes. But what I want to actually get to is the discoveries or the results of the discoveries made in last week's episode in regards to Ozzie being abused. And Jax has the idea that this is the angle that we are going to use to get you off of this case, which is very triggering.
Very much so.
Not just for Ozzie, but for her too, as we see her navigate when he does finally come forward. Rightfully so, he's apprehensive about that. But, Jax does have a good point in her decision-making, despite being second-guessed by the partners. Jax knows what to do. Jax, not Jazz, sorry. Jax knows how to do her job. And so back at the office, she goes to find the most unsuspecting person.
Susan.
I was going to say Carol in accounting. Susan.
Same thing.
In accounting, who, by all intents and purposes, we don't know anything about her, but aesthetically, one could build their own thoughts on who they think Susan is as a person. So Jax works the Jax magic of, what would you think of this person? You've heard these crimes, but what if I told you they were abused? What if I told you about all these psychological issues, quote unquote, that impact their decision making and cause them to spiral down a life of drug use, addiction, and not necessarily crime, but you to develop some personality and arrested development. What then would you think? And there's a level of sympathy that you now have. There's a level of understanding where, maybe they didn't do this, but maybe this happened. Maybe I don't throw you around the book, but you create the reasonable doubt. And so using the abuse is a great angle, unfortunately, because you know that if untreated, essentially, there are significant psychological effects that you will have from that. So Jax convinces Ozzie to tell his parents.
Mm-hmm. Real quick,
Yeah.
I also just want to point out I found it very interesting that Jax never explicitly said that she was abused, but
Mm-hmm.
Ozzy picked up on it right away.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Mm-hmm.
just reminded me of the trust conversation that was had.
Yeah.
Ozzy trusts you. You're the only person in the world he trusts.
Till he
And
doesn't.
they're on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of speak the same language with that. He can tell just by her tone and looking at her, oh, you've gone through this as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he just says it very subtly, like, does he still have control over you? She
Mm-hmm.
said no. So knowing that part of it, I thought was just very, very interesting. It goes to show about their relationship as well. But keep
For
going.
sure. For sure. And as we think about this control, very interesting. It's multifold. It is not linear.
Mm-hmm.
So Jax goes with Ozzie to tell his parents, and we can get into that when we talk about Ozzie, which I'm sure it'll just be next in the natural
Yeah.
flow of things. But she is there and she's advocating for Ozzie and standing as a buffer between he and his parents, which is crucially important in this case. And also, we talked about this unhealed trauma and whatnot. We see Jax get emotional about
Mm-hmm.
this. And the break happens, or the breakdown essentially, where we see the tears more significantly or most is when Ozzie's mother says, "We believe you now, and we would have believed you then." If you
Mm-hmm.
think back, Jackson Mama Lou's relationship was not always on the up and up again because of the abuse that Jack suffered as a child. And Mama Lou's boyfriend, and she still was fucking with that nigga or her husband. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And because she didn't believe her at the time. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
so I know that that was both triggering and healing for Jax to sit in this room with these parents who, and you and I are not parents, and we talk about that all the time, who truly are trying to do and be the best for their children. When we meet Ozzie's mother, or especially last week, he low-key was playing in her face. And
Mm-hmm.
the level of support that we saw this week, I wasn't prepared to see her be so soft, because the image that was pointed was mama is a bulldog and this, that, and the third. And that is the case, but that's in business. You said she emasculates your father, but look, you are my child and I'm here for you. I'm trying to support you. That's not fake. Like,
Yeah.
you are my bloodline. I need you to be okay.
Listen, I'm with you. I spent the last episode talking about the family dynamic of it all and
Yeah.
what that means and how Ozzy might have been failed. So I was
Mhm,
not expecting not to say that they would have been crude about it or
mhm,
dismissive, but I did not expect the amount of love that was shown.
mhm.
And
For sure.
to the
For
point,
sure.
it brought Jax to an emotional state because she
Mhm.
didn't receive that. And I think it's also important just to remind all y'all out there, and this goes back to the Ozzy Jax of it all. Jack said, I'm going to give y'all some time. And I just said,
Mhm.
no, like,
No,
I
stay.
want you to stay.
Mhm.
I want you to stay. So she needed that just as much as he did.
For sure.
And we see it affect Jax for the rest of this episode and how
Mhm.
she wants to navigate things with her own kids and how she is on secrets. And we'll talk more about that when it comes to Jax. But I thought that was very, very telling when it came to him wanting to, or both of them just experiencing that.
Yeah.
And Jack's going back to being 14, 15 years old
Yeah.
and wishing that. And it's sad as well. It's very sad when you see it because no matter what you do, no matter how successful you are, there are just some wounds that just can't be cleaned out and bandaged. It's just there.
For
And you've
sure.
learned to bury it. And if you see something that reminds you of it, it's going to pop back up. And
For sure.
until she properly has a chance to heal from that. And I'm sure that's what we're gonna get with uh, with her Mama Lou and
Big
what's my
Eddie.
man's name? Big Eddie back in the scene. Um, Jumping back to Jax.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, we see her and Daniel early in the morning
Mm-hmm.
testing her theory.
Yeah.
She has the theory at the end of episode 3 that, hey, I don't think Ozzie was alone that night.
Mm-hmm.
So they go to the condo to find Kristen answering the door. They don't want Ozzie, they want to talk to Kristen. Kristen has a little bit of a side eye because you're questioning me about stuff, Daniel, that I just talked to you about.
No. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that you know what's going on. But we also know that Daniel didn't say anything. This is
Yeah.
Jax just putting this together. And she admits, yes, I gave Ozzie the drugs the night he OD'd, but I did not give it to him the night that Wendy went missing.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I did. You know, there's a guy named Byron
Yeah.
that you could probably have a lead on, but I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. Just follow that lead. So they end up doing that. And Jax, as they run into that, and we'll talk about it more when we get to the Ozzie of it all, them trying to figure out what's what. But I want to jump into Jax and her sex date with Lewis. Naomi's out the house.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little bit of a window.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this when we covered the first 2 episodes. Such a better place.
For sure.
Getting that old thing back,
Mm-hmm.
that excitement of, oh, the
Yeah.
kids are going. We got some time to get it in. And it's not boring, right? We just, I just started, shout out to Spike and Mo. We just started Breaking Bad, our recap of that and going through the entire series. And one thing we talked about was Walter White and just how boring his life was. Like, it's just so mundane and just his birthday, he was getting the half-ass hand job from his wife. Like, oh, this is like, please just end it. If that's going to be life. But they're the opposite of that.
For
the lingerie's there. I'm taking the pictures. Who was about to crash on his way over to her. That's how bad he wants his wife. And we see that taking place. But good things only last for so long because Naima comes home, Rachel. And as her parents are trying to talk to her, she ignores them and slams the door in their face. Now, I already know for both of us, no more door. No more door if that takes place. But Naima has her reason because she has the small Jalen Hurts onesie. And says, it might not be okay to slam doors and not talk to your parents, but is it okay for your dad to sleep with your best friend's mom? And boom, there it is. Rachel?
Yeah.
As you're seeing this unfold, we knew it was coming.
Yeah.
What kind of well, you know what? Before I even get into that, because we kind of got to go into the whole story. Spencer's home. And before we talk about the Eddie smoothing it over part, it's a rough dinner. And there's not too many scenes, I would say, that you see the parents feeling awkward.
Yeah.
Usually the kids are the ones that did something and they're getting to talk to. They're talking to. The parents are awkward. And I saw both sides of it, right? I get the anger from the kids. But I also understand, listen, as an adult, you realize sometimes things are just complicated. And no matter what I wanted to tell you and when I wanted to tell you, there's so many other factors that go into this. And Naima calls Lewis out on it and said, you had the opportunity to tell me the truth. You chose not to.
And she's right.
As you were getting into this, and one, did you see both sides the same way I did? And two, whose side would you land on in this situation? As very complicated and messy as it is.
I guess I see both sides to a degree, but like I said on here last week, and Naima is absolutely correct. I did give you the chance to tell me. I told y'all that was Lewis's out, or that was his in to say something, even if in that moment all he had to say was, look, we'll have a conversation. He could have told, even if he didn't tell her in that instance, he could have said, you know what, there is some truth to that and we'll discuss it. Like, there are some things that I need to discuss with you and your mother and your brother. Like, there was a way. So Naima was absolutely correct. I told you, and you let me believe that this was not the case. And again, shout out to Little Black Book. Omission is the ultimate betrayal. You did not tell me. So yes, you omitted and then you doubled down and lied. So how do you want me to feel? You can't have this moral high horse and think that you're on this high ground when you are omitting and lying. That's both of them. You're hitting me with a double whammy, and I don't know what else to do with that. We've watched these children be in a tumultuous relationship with their parents for 3 seasons now. It ain't never been good.
Yeah.
Because to Naima's point, our little family has never been enough. You sleep, Jax, you fucking around. Now Lewis fucking around, not just with a client or random, but my best friend's mom. Like, come the fuck on. All these bitches in LA, like, you had to pick this one.
That's real. That's real.
And this again, how do I feel about Lewis? Why are you shitting where you eat? You can find somebody else. Like, I don't like whatever. Anyways, so I don't know. She's right. Our shit has not ever been good enough for y'all. Y'all always got some shit going on. We are always impacted by your decisions and saying, y'all wonder why I'm out here still hanging with random hoes. You wonder why Spencer doing drugs and smoking weed in the house. Like, because y'all are fucked up and we bear the brunt of that.
Yeah, very good point. And I was thinking to myself, well, you know what? Even if Lewis said something to Naima last week, she still would have been upset. But of course, you're going to be upset by that news. But there is going to be that appreciation that, you know what? My dad came clean with it once it was presented. There wasn't anything where I found out. And that's something that Jax even mentioned this episode. I hate that she found out the way that she did. You know what I mean? Because who knows? We don't even see her get the onesie. Like, we just know what happens. Probably Hattie on some, oh, you think I'm lying? I got you a lot right here.
That's the thing. And I say this all the time. Well, before I get to what I be saying. Naima was calling first off, Hattie in 2025 is crazy. Naima was calling Hattie all types of liars. She's a lying ass bitch dad. I don't fuck with her.
Yeah.
Come to find out, she's not lying. I look like a fucking fool.
It's my best friend. This ain't no rando at school. This is my best friend.
This is my best friend. And now I'm embarrassed. One, because I've been calling her a liar. And I'm hurt because I've lost my friend. And I'm pissed because my daddy is fucking my best friend's mom. To Naima's point, I'm sad. This is my best friend. I've been at this house every day. I watched this lady's belly grow. I rubbed her belly because I'm best friends with her daughter. There is a familial relationship here. I was sad when her baby died. I was sad how it affected my friend, how it affected my friend's mom. And y'all motherfuckers is just walking around here hunky-dory. What the fuck? Y'all
that's fucked up.
Crazy. Y'all all are crazy.
Yeah. Tony included. All of it, everybody.
Y'all all need to go see the lady.
Yeah. And the kids definitely need to sign up to see the lady because damn.
Everybody's gotta go. So in regards to what I've been saying, I can take a punch. Don't try me. But I cannot take getting punched out in front of everybody.
It's always what it is.
I can handle an internal embarrassment. I can handle shame. A public shaming?
Yeah.
Public embarrassment? I'm about to be tweaking in this motherfucker. How I find out I can handle the hard thing. How I find out matters. And that is where I can't fuck with Jackson. Lewis on that. Because
Yeah,
how
man,
you find out matters.
we talk about it anytime this kind of thing comes up. It's always about what you just said. Yeah, I'm gonna be salty. I'm gonna feel away. Blah blah blah. The whole nine. I'm gonna go through the emotions. I get that. But if it's just between me and you have a much larger chance of this working out than the public shaming, the public embarrassment.
For sure.
Embarrassing me is that's what kills it.
That's the thing. It's hard to come back.
Yeah, that's what destroys it. It's the embarrassment. It's that everybody knew but me. You know what I mean? I'm the last person to the party. Oh,
hello?
Y'all been having some jokes and fun on my that. Yeah, you've been talking to my. That's the rough part. And I think I mentioned this last week. Just sometimes you think because they're kids, because they're teenagers, that they don't have the same right to feel. Emotions. And they are. Like she's 14, whatever, 15 years old. But my goodness, this is going to affect her long term.
Come on. Everybody knows this bitch is bellied out but me.
Yeah. Ooh. And you the one that's like that's my dad was hitting my best friend and my mom was cool with it. Like that's too much.
Yeah, I'm too much. It's a lot of shit going on.
So I think it's very interesting. We got to talk about this because as upset as we see Spencer and Naima doing this dinner, Spencer with his, remarks,
great to be back.
Always great being home. Great to be back. You get another dinner scene later in this episode where they seem cool. You need help doing this next time? I missed the home cooked meals, blah, blah, blah. Well, we get to that point because as Mama Lou is with the kids trying to do TikTok dances, Spencer's on his phone. There's a knock at the door, which they believe to be the food.
Yeah.
But instead it's Grandpa Eddie. Grandpa Eddie invited himself. Grandpa Eddie is like, you know what? I've been trying to do this the right way. I'm trying to reach out to Jax. I've been trying to have a dinner, a coffee, whatever the case may be. Jax ain't responding. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to insert myself in the situation, and I'm going to take the time back to get to know my family. Shows up. Mama Lou was obviously on some, what are you doing here? You need to talk to Jax first. For one, let me ask you this, Rachel. Is Mama Lou in the wrong for letting Eddie in? Or is that something she just couldn't have prevented? You think she should have been more firm with I really don't want to.
What's she gonna do with that big old ox coming through the door? How's she gonna stop him? How? What's she gonna do with that big old man?
Eddie wasn't leaving, man. He wasn't
so small and tiny. He's so big and tall.
Hey, you gotta chill.
Mama Lou is wrong. But she couldn't stop that freight train from coming. She couldn't stop him. That's a motherfucking man. You hear me?
How do you feel about Eddie being upfront and honest about who he was? Obviously, these are his teenage grandchildren who had no idea about him. They know of his existence, but they knew he left the mom, and that was it. Eddie stepped up to it and admitted his wrongs and said, I'm an addict. I want to get to know my family. I want to get to know the family that my disease kept me away from. Does a TikTok dance with Naima, good at it.
Of course
mentions he taught Mama Lou how to dance.
Of course he's got
bribes the kids with money to tell them what's going on in their life and their parents as they mad at their parents.
What's the question?
Hand it over to you, Rachel. Hand it over to you, Rachel.
What's the question? I don't know. I missed it. I was
you were enthralled in the Eddie of it all. Just going his presence there.
What do I think about it? That's a motherfucking man. Like I said, I appreciated his honesty and him being upfront because here's the reality. I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna not supposed to be here and come in here lying and bullshitting with y'all. That's insulting. Eddie did not raise Jax. He was out doing smack. Okay. So he also
Oh,
does not have the benefit of the knowledge of placating children.
yeah.
What we see later from that man is that he don't fuck around. So I'm not gonna fuck around with y'all either. He says these aren't small children, these are young adults. And again, these are teenagers. They not
Mm.
Bill's kids, you know what I'm saying, who need a little cajoling and this and the third. I don't have to do that with y'all. And the way y'all not fucking with your parents, and I don't fuck with your daddy anyway. Yeah, tell Big Papa what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated it. It is what it is. No, no, don't stroll up in my house. You know, for as good as I feel about that man, you know my parents aren't here. You know they would not want you in this house without them being here. You know that they don't want you to be meeting these children yet. You dead ass wrong for strolling up in there and staying.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for fixing things, for helping to fix things. Howsoever, you don't do that. Please,
Yeah.
if especially if you are trying to build a relationship with me, if you want me to be able to trust you, you don't come through the door shaking your dreads like you don't bust in here like the Kool-Aid man, and we just all supposed to be okay. That's not cool. That's not fair. That's not fair to
Yeah.
me, Jack's your daughter. It puts Mama Lou in a position because again, yeah, you back at the house. Yeah, you in here doing these TikTok dances with the kids. But Mama Lou and Jax's relationship, while it's better, it's also fragile because we have an issue with you and boundaries and these men.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck if it's my daddy.
Yeah.
I, interest. It was good to see Jax have a different reaction, and likely because of the healing that took place with her seeing Ozzie and his parents. But that could have triggered Jax in regards to her mother allowing this man who has hurt her and betrayed her into her home, into her space around her children. That could have been a thing. That really could have gone another way.
Yeah.
Mama Lou, we don't have a currency for you to be letting things like this happen.
And Mama Lou didn't say anything about it either.
And you ain't tell me. And when I got home, you low key played in my face.
Mm-hmm.
You mad at me because I'm talking about your man, girl. You could have let me know something. You could have said something. So now you lying and keeping secrets on behalf of this nigga who I don't trust, don't know. Like she had a different reaction. There's also the little girl in Jax wanting her father. Let's not skate over that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
100%.
it's definitely something to be said. And I would be very surprised if that doesn't come up again later and come up with Mama Lou.
It has to.
Bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Respectfully, mother.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when the conversation starts with, I know what happened. And you
Mhm.
feel guilty because you think she's talking about Eddie, but she's really talking about, oh, I know the kids told you about Tony.
Right.
Like, come on, man. Like, I gave you the similar to Naima to Lewis. I gave you the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You could have
Mm-hmm.
said something. Is it the biggest deal? No, but it is a deal that needs
But
to be
it's
discussed, and it
for sure.
definitely should have been mentioned because this is my house. These are my kids.
For sure.
I'm gonna handle this the way I want to.
For sure.
Yeah, you're dead wrong for letting him in, but the damage is done. Like you said, how you gonna stop Big Eddie? Who gonna say something to me?
Who
Who
gonna
gonna
say
say who gonna say something to Gucci?
who gonna stop them? And
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say before we kind of move on to I think what will be the Ozzie of it all. You want to move to Lewis
Oh,
next?
before we get to Ozzie, I want to talk about Jackson the girls.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I was gonna say before we
Okay,
move on to whichever. Jax has had a much needed girls' night, and we haven't seen Sally and the crew yet this season. So we found out. I think Dawn is the one that's pregnant. Cool. Shouts out to her. Dawn is
Autumn.
Autumn,
Autumn.
not Dawn.
Dr. Owens, Autumn, same
Yeah.
person.
She has to use the restroom. Sally, who we saw in the previous season, Sally is going through a divorce because she done held the secret for what's her name? Sheree? Shelly? Cheryl?
Damn, what is her name? We should know it because she was the main damn person last season. We're on the right track. I'll look it up while you go.
It's something. Sally going through the divorce.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Her man done found out that she knew the secret all of this time, and she done put the house up. You talking to this bitch done jump bail, like craziness. Crazy. So her husband is leaving her. Chanel. Sally and Jax are alone at the table, and immediately, as soon as the girls get up, Sally thinks that she has a sister, and Jackson's like, me and Marcus are fucking. I'm fucking them down. And Jax is naturally like, oh, in the divorce? No, in my body. He's making me feel good all over. Mm-hmm. And Jax is like, bitch, why? Why are you doing that? Yeah. You know, you don't even know if you're the only person that he fucking. Like, Jax, you got a lot of nerve, my girl.
Hey, man.
You got a lot of nerve. We've been talking about Jax low-key tripping all season.
Jax doesn't see herself. She doesn't see herself.
She doesn't see herself at all. So Sally was rightfully like, bitch, are you crazy? You think because you and Lewis are back on track, you're the only person that's allowed to be happy and to have fun. I'm not even saying that me and this man are getting back together. I'm saying he's blowing my back out in a way that he hasn't. Because remind you, he was not touching her. He was mad as fuck at her for putting that house
with her at all.
You know what I'm saying? So now here we are. I'm finally getting that good wood, and I'm trying to tell you, and I can't tell them. I'm telling you, who also be on the bullshit, who be having the shit going on, who be in the trenches of messy husbandry, also separated.
If I wanted this reaction, I would have just kept him at the table.
I wouldn't have just fucking told you either. I wouldn't have said shit.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't expecting it from Jax. That's why she said, yeah, like you said, I'll tell you.
You're a fucking hater, and you've been one since high school. Bitch.
And you a hoe, and you've been one since high school. Which was the most girls' dinner beef shit ever to say. Because both things are probably true.
Because all of the things are true.
Yeah.
All of it is true. Mm-hmm.
That's when it gets tricky when you getting into it with somebody you know and known for a long time.
And
I know where all the bodies are buried. So how dare you throw a stone?
And it was very interesting in that when they came back, when the girls came back, oh no, we're talking about who's going to be the godmother. And you know it's going to be me.
What y'all be saying? They kept it cute.
They definitely kept it cute, which is also, again, Jax not seeing herself. Because, bitch, why you think you're going to be the godmother? Why? You're horrible as well. You too suck as a person. Actually, none of y'all are going to be the godmother. How about that?
Yeah, whole new outside source. somebody from her, because I believe Autumn's in a same-sex relationship. Yeah. So somebody from her girl's side is gonna be the godmother. Like none of y'all niggas.
My sister is gonna be the godmother. Like fuck what y'all talking about.
We're gonna keep this real close and familial because y'all niggas crazy. All of y'all.
For sure. That was a very interesting scene, and keep a pin in that discussion, in that conversation, because that's not over.
And that group. They kind of tricky, man, because if y'all remember season 1, when we first kind of meet Chanel, there was some tension between Jax and Chanel and all that other stuff. So, because that's when Jax was going through it with Lewis. They were separated.
For sure.
And Chanel was getting abused. Yeah. And there was judgment there and all types of stuff. And, not the first mention of Jax and who she was in high school. So, yeah. I would love to see more of the friend group.
It's not over
this season to see what's going on.
That's definitely not over. So
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
excited.
All right, let's get into the Ozzie of it. I know we started with the sexual abuse portion, but I guess one of the main things is Ozzie is very aware of
For
what's
sure.
going on. And it kind of goes back to when you mentioned him being an actor.
Mm-hmm.
I told you last week, or last episode, should I say, it's hard to know exactly where he is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's moments when it's very clear,
Yeah.
as in when he sees Daniel and Kristen on
Mm-hmm.
that couch. You know exactly what's going on,
It's
Ozzy. I
giving
see what's
brother.
going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving big. I don't know if he's big brother or not, but it's definitely brother.
Yeah.
Definitely, you got me fucked up. For
Mm-hmm.
one, I don't need a babysitter. I'm offended that you over here babysitting. For two, you got your head all on the shoulder. Y'all watching TikToks. This man's part of my legal team.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you get bored with these little men situations at
Mm-hmm.
a drop of a dime. I know that. I've been your brother for a very long time. I don't want you doing that to him and him not giving a fuck about my case because we're fighting
Mm-hmm.
for my freedom right now.
Yep.
So that part of it is I'm not a fan of it. But the real big thing is Kristen revealed some information about Ozzie. He used a journal.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't anymore, but used a journal. And Daniel, because he's an investigator, that's what he does, comes up with the plan to know that Ozzie's at jury duty, so I know he's not going to be at home. Hopefully I can run into you. Oh, you not home? Well, we built enough rapport and trust to where you can tell me where the extra key is. So now I'm going inside Ozzie's bedroom looking for information and find a box of journals from underneath his bed, which I take with me.
Mm-hmm.
Those journals lead to a phone call to Jax, which, Rachel, I'm going to give the floor to you. We see
Have to
who's
give.
at the house.
I just want to listen to what you're gonna say.
We as Daniel was reading the journal entry,
Mm-hmm.
we have the transition scene
Mm-hmm.
with the voiceover
Mm-hmm.
of Ozzie at home with the red lights flashing. You know, got the red light special, which is fitting.
Mm-hmm.
And we know there's someone there with them. One of the E's is mine. Make
Shout
them
out to
feel
Boosie.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Boosie. Make them feel good. And lo and behold, Rachel,
Mm-hmm.
the actor's name is Brandy, right? Because what's her
Yeah,
name in the
Brandy
show?
Evans, Monica on the show.
Monica.
Mm-hmm.
We see that Monica is the one who was there for Ozzie in this time of need.
Mm-hmm.
We see Monica reach down Ozzie's pants.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's a slight rejection, she says, "Oh, maybe I had one too many."
Mm-hmm.
We see Ozzie. I said we see Monica being the one that's lighting the bomb for Ozzie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be damned if I did not watch this scene in real time and said out loud, "Damn it, Rachel was right again." Literally said it out loud. Rachel,
what can I say?
What made you think that it was Monica, and how did it feel to look at the screen and know you were right yet again?
Again, shout out to Boosie. I told y'all niggas. I told y'all niggas. Monica was fucking that boy. I told y'all niggas. I knew it. Like I said last week, she's the only person not related. She's a little bit too invested in the relationship, in Wendy, in Ozzie, in his life. It was just something of.
Actually, before you even say that, I do want to point out, I knew you were right when he didn't want to say who it was. When he didn't want to tell his parents who it was, I'm like, damn it, Rachel probably fucking got this. That's the only person he would want to protect. He wouldn't protect some random makeup artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, see, that's where it got tricky. In case I was wrong, the fact that he didn't want to tell them who, not surprising. A lot of people, if I can tell you who I've been abused by, that I've been abused, that's enough. I don't need to say the who, because there's multiple steps to this.
I just want to say something real quick. Also, it's a very subtle thing, but I noticed it. When he was talking to his parents, he mentioned, she, and his mom said she.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's almost like they
right.
expected it to be a man.
A man. They did
Yeah. So
because
that even made it even further. So, and which obviously I know history and
yeah,
patterns and all that kind of stuff.
that's when I knew it was Monica when he slipped and said she.
Mm.
Again, because the father, he said whoever climbed on top of you or something to that effect. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I was like,
Mm.
was I right? Oh,
Sure
why?
enough.
Yes, I
I didn't
was.
think we were gonna find out this soon. I didn't think we were gonna find out this
Well,
episode.
we have to. And the fact that Jax now knows, this changes everything. So now we're gonna go into episode 5. How many episodes are in the season? We've got to turn. So not
Yeah.
that this is a climax, but it is a pivotal point. And this changes the defense. It changes or adds layers to the defense. I can't call you on the stand. Now I have this information. And does he still have control over you? Now, here is Monica, who's operating in this managerial or handling space. She has control over your career, has control over your life and relationships. Now, if I'm Jax, not the job is not just getting you off for the murder, but now I have to get you the fuck away from this bitch because I do care about you. There is a level of protection that I have and a level of understanding that I have for you. And now, Jax, again, the information or the historical knowledge and experience of the abuser being someone in the home, someone close enough to you. It's not just this director. You don't have to see them again if you don't work on any more of their projects. This is somebody ingratiated into your family, into your life. This, that, and the third. It's not over again. It was her stepfather. This is somebody who is like family to your family now.
Mm-hmm.
This is somebody who holds a good portion of your career in their hands. It's not that easy.
And Mama gonna put hands on Monica at some point this season. Once she find out, Mama gonna slap Monica. It's gonna be something.
Oh, for sure. She must. She must. She must.
Now here's the thing that I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Since we got this reveal,
Mm-hmm.
that makes it a little bit too much on the nose for Monica to be the one who is responsible for Whitney's death.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ruling that out. I don't think she had anything to do with it. I don't think she called someone to do it. I just think that's too obvious. And we know one thing about reasonable doubt: there's always a twist
For
when
sure.
it comes to who the actual culprit was. So, any thoughts on? Is it someone we've already met? Is it someone we haven't met yet that actually is responsible for?
I told you, Kristen is still a suspect for me.
Okay. Fair.
Kristen is still a suspect for me, especially because we know, bitch, if you'll get your brother drugs, you'll kill somebody. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just
Seems,
like,
yeah, they're playing it like, hey, we didn't get along. She said, "Say we didn't get along a lot, but she did keep Ozzie clean."
mm-hmm.
I don't know. We need to know a little bit more about Kristen. We need
sure.
to learn a little bit more before I'm ready to
got
say
some
that.
shit
So,
for her. Kristen got
yeah,
some.
for sure. For sure. So, man,
Yeah.
Ozzie, Rachel, Monica, the
I
whole
just
nine.
knew.
Right?
I'm
Rachel
telling you,
knows.
I knew it, and I'm sure I explained that better last week. But if she wasn't the abuser, I actually would have been way more surprised than the reveal that she was.
Yeah, I literally was sitting there. Like I said, I was watching it on TV. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me that Rachel called this
I
out.
be fucking knowing.
100% right.
Somebody
All
put
right.
me in a writer's room so I can tell y'all some things.
For real. Nah, for real. We'll speak that into existence.
Let me ask before we move on, and we touched on it very, very, very briefly. In regards to Daniel and Kristen and their relationship. Daniel mentioned last week that he was in love with somebody, quote unquote. He has a crush. We again see Daniel and Kristen canoodling on the couch as to which Big Ozzie put his foot down. Daniel calls Kristen based off of their relationship, gets in the house, this, that, and the third. Is it a combination, or is it Uchiwali, or is it one Mike? Does Daniel actually like Kristen, or is he just manipulating her? Does he want to have sex with her? We know there's a lust factor, but to actually like her, what do you think that is? Or am I just
Daniel
waiting
100%.
for you to get close? Okay.
Daniel 100%. I don't think Daniel's built like that.
Okay.
Not in. Well, let me take that back. Not built in the. He's not built like that in this manner. I don't. If he wanted to get close to her for a manipulation tactic, it would be done in a different way.
Yeah.
He would try to charm her. He wouldn't use it as "I like you" to get what he wants. He tried to find out what you like and present that to you.
Yeah.
I think he genuinely likes Kristen. I think you can tell by his
nervousness,
facial expressions, his nervousness. Even that opening scene when they're at the door, ma'am, like he's awkward, and you're very. It's a very childlike type of awkward. You can tell Daniel's not in this position where he genuinely likes someone. And even I don't know why I can't think of her name, who works in the office. She even presented it, or when he mentioned, he said, "Oh, you sound like a normal human being," describing this girl, like not like all the other things that you talk about these women off these dating apps. So I think that's real. I also think Daniel's going to get hurt.
Oh, for sure.
Daniel's going to get his feelings hurt 100%.
Oh, for sure.
He's going to realize Kristen isn't who he thinks she is.
For sure. Kristen plays with niggas.
Either that, or before he gets the chance to get hurt, it's going to be found out that he sold this whole ass box of fucking journals. And he's really might be the only suspect in that. Kristen might put two and two together, and she feels betrayed.
Yeah.
And then it leads to that. So I don't know, but he definitely likes her.
Oh, you just gave me a thought. That might be a thing. Kristen feels betrayed. She tells Ozzie that Daniel was using her, manipulated her. He stole these files. That then implicates Ozzie and Jack. That implicates Jax. They have a rift. Here comes Corey.
No more trust. Oh, here comes Corey. I was gonna say, yeah, I don't want him on. I don't want her on the case anymore because I don't have the trust. Which leads to the partners saying you lost one of the biggest clients we probably ever had. This might be grounds for whatever they're trying to work on. That might be what they need.
Yeah.
Damn. We just put that together. Yes. Right homes. Come holler at us. Get it, Ray P. Really. Ray P put it together. I'm just here. Okay. But yeah, that's now let's see. Now I want to see if that comes true as well.
Now the wheels are turning.
The wheels are turning. But him taking those journals, taking all of them like that.
All of them.
That's not leaving any kind of rocks or anything heavy in the box to make it seem like they in there. Something's gonna happen from that.
Or because we don't see him get them back into the house.
No, he still has them.
Okay.
For all we know, like he hasn't. Yeah, they're still in his possession. He's just reading through them. So we now know that he has what they need. Well, we got to see him put them back.
For sure.
That's where we get That's where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
All right. The moment we've been waiting for. Let's talk about Lewis, because Lewis had a rough ass episode. Let's talk about the responsibility. Issa talks about it, reaching across the table. Not reaching up or down or whatever, but the responsibility of when you made it to a certain level as a Black executive, boss, leader, you do feel the need to make sure that other people are getting a shot that you don't think they would if you weren't in that room. Sam, as we know, I think last episode, he lied about his C++ training. He thought he could do it. It's more complicated than he thought.
My Lord.
Lewis knew this, and Lewis told Jax all he saw was a black man. Actually, that happens this episode. Yeah,
That's
because
this
Ghetto
episode.
Superstar. Yeah, this episode. Ghetto Superstar. Lewis gets a note. Ghetto Superstar. The coding is wrong. We need to figure this out. Between my cousins and them, Ghetto Superstar. Reason without funny. Either way, immediately called Sam in. Sam admitted, hey, I don't know it like that. I thought I did, and honestly, knowing that I don't get opportunities like this, I just went ahead and went with it. Like, there's been plenty of people that say they got that degree or say they graduated from this place, and if they don't ask any questions, as far as y'all know, I went to Harvard.
And,
you know what I mean?
That's it. Exactly. And remember, the first episode, when we meet Sam, I said, this is going to be important. Lewis doing this interview, you doing the hiring. This is going to be important. We don't know why it wasn't a long scene, but here we are in episode 4, and it's coming full circle. Lewis brought this young black dude in because it ain't too many of us in the coding space. But he did say, I'm surprised I haven't seen you or heard you before, because it ain't too many of us, in not only in the industry, but with this level of experience and expertise that the job calls for. And Sam played it like, well, I knew you, that I heard of you, da-da-da-da-da. But now here we are. Motherfucker, I don't know you because you don't have the experience, because you don't
crept in the back door.
The things.
You finessed your way in here, which I think most people have ended up in a room where you realize, I ain't supposed to be here. What the fuck is going on? But and that's Sam right now.
Here's the thing with finessing. At some point, you've got to perform. And it does not take long to figure out whether or not you know what the fuck you're doing. And so here Sam is fucking up at the job, don't got the coding right. Lewis calls him on it like, hey, what's going on with this? This is wrong. This needs to look like this. And he's like, look, I'm gonna close this door. I'm gonna talk to you.
Black man.
Black man. I don't all the way know it. I know. However, I'm getting extra help. I'm learning it. It's just taking longer than I thought it would. I'm working on it. I'm doing my best. Like, please give me a chance. And here is Lewis. Now he played the race card.
Straight up. And that's exactly what Sam did.
And so here is Lewis in a conundrum, like, damn, I just got on my feet in this tech shit. I'm just no longer not getting little dogged out here.
Well, as far as work goes,
the little
as far
dog
as work is concerned,
was closer than he thought. But so he has mercy on Sam. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. It's not about that video of that dude barking at I'm the motherfucking dog. And that dog was barking. He went down and shut it up. Like, who you barking? You ain't no dog. I'm the motherfucking dog. That's what Eddie was doing to Lewis. Anyway, keep going.
Ooh, yes, he was. I love him so bad.
Lewis agrees to cover him.
Yeah, he covers him, and I appreciate that too.
I can appreciate that. I told him, listen, you might have to do some extra shit. You got to get on it quick. That means you might have worked some weekends without getting paid, but you got to know it. But I'm gonna look out.
I'm gonna help you. Here's the thing, and as somebody who has mentored in my industry, when you take somebody on with less experience and you have your mentor hat, as we saw, it's 10 o'clock at night and Lewis is on that computer, double checking shit, making sure, because not only did he hire him, but like, he's also working on this project. Like, this affects me also. So now I am going to stay up late going behind what you've done just to make sure that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. It's fucked up. So something happens.
I love that we get Jackson's perspective
Yeah,
because the same way we just mentioned, like, I appreciate you, Lewis, for stepping up and not just firing him on the spot, which you were more than justified for doing.
for sure.
Yeah, you staying up late, but Jax looks at it from the, oh, that's why you working at 10 p.m. and he's not. Like at some point, and Jack says something in that scene, I'm all in belief for sending the ladder down, but he has to do the climbing.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, we gonna give you the opportunity. I'm gonna leave the door open, but you got to do the shit to walk through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it ain't. I'm not locking it. I'm not. There's no crabs in the barrel. But damn, don't you think this is a little fucked up that you
Yeah.
working at 10 p.m. and this nigga probably telling his friends about how he finesses new boxes to this job that he shouldn't have? Like, that's got to mean something.
For sure.
And we'll talk to there was another part of that conversation about the kids and Eddie, which we'll come to in a second. But we get a later scene with Sam where Sam has a non-compete clause with EXP. And I forget the name of, I don't know if it's I don't know if they're counterparts or if actually it's Lewis's boss, but he pretty much comes in Lewis's office.
It's Lewis's boss.
Yeah, we got to let him go. We got to let him go. He can't be here. You got a non-compete clause. We ain't getting our hands involved in that unless you tell me he's some superstar coder that we can't let go.
Yeah, and
so
I can't say that.
Can't say that. So Sam comes in. Lewis has to give the news. Hey man, we gotta let you go. Why didn't you tell us about the non-compete clause? And there's something about a nigga that just be bullshitting. Sam just be bullshitting. I didn't know.
His whole demeanor is a bullshit ass nigga.
You had a 6 months and it's been 8 weeks, bro. That's 2 months. You knew. That means either A, in the words of Dame Dash, you either really smart or you really dumb.
Yeah.
And I know you're not really dumb. So you bullshitting us because you know good and damn well you can't tell me you had a clause like this and you didn't read your paperwork and know how long it lasted.
Yeah.
You thought it was 30 days. Why the fuck would a company put a 30-day? Nigga, you can sit down and survive not working for 30 days. Right. They're going to make sure it's worthwhile. So you bullshitting, you playing in my face. After I tried to look out, now I'm regretting every single thing that I did. I should have just fired you when you told me you couldn't do the code.
Yeah.
And on top of that, as you take your news, you hit me with the Oh, does that mean I don't have to do the extra training? Additional training? Boss, listen, what additional training?
What additional training?
Well, you know, Lewis said I gotta do some unpaid training if I want to. And now it doesn't matter what the truth is. That's the thing, Rachel. Yep. It goes back to what you said earlier about omission being the biggest betrayal or whatever the case is. Now the truth don't even matter.
Yep.
Everybody got me fucked up in here.
Yep.
And now Lewis looks bad. He knows that's not what happened, but something's going on.
Right.
And I listen, I'll make Lewis's boss probably like, the reason I don't do your job is so I don't have to deal with shit like this. You're a great employee. Leadership is a whole different thing. Think about that if you want to continue to have a future here. So me helping you because of the race card is now now I'm looked at funny in the light.
Yep.
Now the next time there's something that's going to happen or a next role that comes up, I don't
My
know
judgment is not a question.
Exactly. You talking about additional training. You covering up something. I don't even care. I don't even want to know. But I know you put us in a position to now we have to pay EXP, I'm sure, for hiring this ex-employee when we didn't have to.
Yep.
When it comes down to the dollar and cents of things,
that's what matters.
That's what really matters, Lewis. So you already fucked.
Yep.
To say it lightly. And I would be through the roof. And we get a little moment where, you know, he tells Sam, you know, you got to fix all these mistakes by the end of the day. Sam, oh, that's how we planned it. Like, I don't know how you thought.
I don't know what you thought it would be.
You knew you threw me under the bus. After I looked out, you knew you did some fuck shit. But you know what? That's cool. You laid down the line for how this is going to go. I'll play that game with you.
I'll play that with you. And here's the thing. And this is how you know Sam is a bullshit ass nigga. Because the reality is what you could have and should have done is when they let you go, is tucked your tail and went on about your way. The reality is that was your opportunity to truly use Lewis as a mentor, because you know what? I fucked up. You're right. I'll thought that the non-compete was much longer. I misread my paperwork. That's what's up. Fine, my bad. Sorry, y'all. However,
it's like when the police officer pulls you up. My license suspended. For real? Nigga, your shit been suspended for 18 months. You knew that shit.
Right. But I know Lewis knows that I don't know the things. I know a little bit, but I don't know all of C++. Now, this is your opportunity. Lewis, look, I'm sorry. I fucked up. We know that. However, I can go the rest of this time frame without a job. I'm asking you again. This is where you use the brother to brother, led us to a big brother moment and say, can you help me? Can you, I don't want to say show me C++, but like, can I utilize you to work through this? I do still have whoever I have been working with before, but is there a way that you could utilize? I could utilize your expertise. Is there a way that down the line, because aside from this, the work that I was doing, aside from this particular aspect of the project, was on point. Can I use you as a source, a resource, a referral? Can I use you as a mentor? Like, because there are not many of us in this industry, in this field. Like, it was a way that he could have, again, finessed that to be much better, to where it's beneficial for him. You know what I'm saying? But now, okay, yeah, you employed, but now me and my boss now will have a contentious relationship because I played in his face and tried to get him in trouble with his boss when really I am the one who fucked up.
And I want to point out, if you enjoy sleazeball behavior, Sam played it well. He got himself up out of that firing by doing one of the sleaziest things you could do. If you go about it that way and you don't have any kind of morals or codes, then bravo to him, because he saw right away how to cover his ass.
For sure.
But also everything you said, it's not a way I want to live, or not a way I want to kind of go about and earn my keep in this space. Because of what you just mentioned, Rachel, there aren't a lot of us, and the reputations of us go quicker. You know how it is when we're amongst a larger group. We normally know the happenings of each other. We have our own networking, and we know who's down and who we can't join the network, who can be added to this Teams channel. We can stay ourselves versus, if they get added, they're going to be running back and telling whatever. So that's just how it always works. So as you mentioned, Sam could have just took that L. I tried, it didn't work. I'll figure out what's next, because only 3 Black people have been hired in that company.
Crazy.
On the developmental side. So enough with Sam.
Yeah, enough.
If we flash back a little bit or rewind, as Lewis is up at 10 p.m. doing Sam's work while Sam is having a corona somewhere, Jax tells Lewis that, hey, I want to talk to you about Eddie. And I want to make sure we don't have any lies from the kids. She alluded to this last episode, but you can see it's really been eating at her, especially coming off of seeing Ozzie and his family. I just want our kids to have a different upbringing. We're already hiding shit from them. I don't think the kids knew about, maybe they did at this point. I even knew about the Jaden of it all. But either way, want to bring Eddie up to the kids with the hope of not having more lies for them. Lewis is hesitant, but he does make an agreement of saying, you know what? Once you get to a place, Jax, once you get to a place where you think Eddie's the man that you want him to be, then we can introduce him to the kid, which, you know what? It's not a bad trade-off. Sure. You know what I mean? I think that's more than fair. Jax, once you find that out, you let me know. We'll set that up. Well, if we go back to what we were just talking about, Lewis comes home mad as fuck about the whole Sam situation. Sam got me fucked up. I tried to look at him, black man to black man, not all skin folks to kin folk. We all know that. Jack's hyping it, you know. I like when you mad, I like when the gangster comes out, all of that stuff. But the kids come in and are a bit more jovial than they've been in the past few days. To the surprise of Jax and Lewis. And they sing praises for Grandpa Eddie. Why didn't you tell us Grandpa Eddie was so cool? What? Excuse me?
Who?
How do you even know who Grandpa Eddie is? Yeah, he was at the house. He was at the house. He cool. He actually talked to us about the Tony stuff. Pardon me? Not only did you meet this nigga for the first time, but he talking to you about my business? Our
What do you mean
business?
he helped you understand my business?
Yeah. On one hand, and Jax mentioned this, on one hand, the kids aren't angry.
Right.
And on the other hand, Eddie overstepped. Jax is not as mad at Lewis. And I think this all goes into the whole she's struggling and trying to find her way in this relationship. That's her dad.
That's her
Right?
dad.
And Mama Lou even said, listen, I did a lot of things to you and you forgave me. Jax
Yeah,
wants to, she wants to. She just doesn't want to be hurt. She has to have her guard up
for
because
sure.
all I've known is hurt from you. But everybody, man, we see so many black men even talk about how much they wanted their dad
For sure.
in their life if they weren't around. Of course, it's going to be the same with the black girl.
Mhm.
You know, kids want their parents. That's just what
Yeah.
it is. And no matter what you've done, if you're still around and you look like you're in good shape
Mm-hmm.
and there's a possibility, the least I can do is hear you out.
Yeah.
That ain't Lewis's dad. Lewis don't really care. I'm supporting you out of you being my wife. And I was ready to take things at your speed. But once I found out that this nigga in my crib without me knowing, he's telling my business without me knowing, he's giving my kids advice
Mm-hmm.
without
Mm-hmm.
my consent,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't even know them like this,
Crazy.
I gotta see you, bro. I gotta
Yeah.
see you.
The fuck
But
is
the
you
shit
on?
didn't go as planned, Rachel.
Whew. No, it did not.
Lewis thought he was a big dog. And I knew exactly how this conversation was gonna go. Because remember, our introduction, we've known about Eddie in the past from no shows. We finally meet him this season.
Mm-hmm.
And Eddie's playing it, you know, hey, humble. Just wanted to get my family back. Just want to talk to y'all, just meet. We ain't seen the nigga that's out here on the streets making shit happen at him until Lewis approaches with disrespect. Tries to check him in front of, and listen, let's go back to what you just said, Rachel. There's always a way of how you do things.
For sure.
It's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if Lewis hits some, you know, you in front of your band, Eddie, let me holler at you for a second, man. Let me talk to you on the side. Nah. Lewis pulled up, chest all out. Nigga, I don't give a fuck who around.
Huffing
nigga.
and puffing.
I'm huffing and puffing, nigga. Nigga, stay away from my family for good. As soon as Eddie got up and flicked that cigarette in his direction, I'm like, oh.
Woo! I knew it was on.
I knew it was on. And he hit him with the, he hit him with the, you want to try that again? Because this whole thing, you got me fucked up from jump. I'm giving you an opportunity right now to restart this conversation.
Come on.
I know you're about to take it to where I think you're about to take it.
Come on. Stop fucking playing with me. Are you crazy?
He did not hesitate to let Lewis know exactly what he thinks of him.
And he thinks less than nothing of that nigga. Surprise, my daughter is even fucking with a whack ass nigga like you. You bitch made fool ass nigga, you.
Hey, that's the, I'm surprised he didn't say it. Had I been around, she'd have never fucked with a lame ass nigga like that.
Yeah.
That's all he was missing from that talk.
And maybe you can't say it because you feel some kind of way like, damn, if my daughter seen a big bully ass nigga like me around, you would not be fucking with this whack ass, fake braid ass, cheating, fucking your friend, mama, your daughter, friend, mama, whack ass, computer whiz ass, Poindexter nigga. Fuck him.
Rachel just put it in. And that's what's crazy.
Fucking with this whack nigga. If Big Daddy was around throwing this motherfucking weight around, my daughter wouldn't abuse. I can't say shit because I feel bad. I feel guilty. Mm-hmm. And that's also why I'm mad and boisterous.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a fucking man, though. You hear me?
I talk about it all the time, and it doesn't matter. Whether it's an ex-girlfriend you've had,
mm-hmm.
whether it is a cousin, a sister, a niece, as a man, when you see a woman mm-hmm. with a nigga that you consider corny, mm-hmm. right, or just not sufficient to who that person is, you always gonna have a side eye. You always gonna be like, damn, out of respect, do you say anything? Nah, but there's gonna be that look of, especially like I said, dating. If I see we talked about this in the morning show, but mm-hmm. if you move on first, but who you moving on with is a whack ass motherfucker, all right, whatever, you got it. But I do feel a way. Eddie,
tell that story, but yeah.
The one thing about Eddie
mm-hmm.
that I really think like lit a fire into Lewis is he mm-hmm. didn't tell one lie.
He didn't tell one lie.
He didn't use like crazy insults to get under your skin. Mm-hmm. He told him straight up, listen,
I told the
truth. I had almost respected you until you come in here thinking you better than me. Because I have an addiction, because I have a disease, that makes you think that you're a better person than me. At least I took my shit on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A real man wouldn't let my daughter get bent over by some felon and kidnapped. A real man wouldn't have got the bitch from the PTA pregnant. Your house, you acting like you the HNIC.
My daughter
You
paid
can't
that
even claim
mortgage.
you can't even claim head of household on your motherfucking taxes. We both know. Hey, we both know you ain't gonna. Hey, what do he say? He said, Lewis said, if you weren't Jackson's daughter or Jackson's dad, I had your old ass laying out. Nigga, we both know you ain't gonna do shit. Because I am Jackson's dad. Nigga, all you gonna do is shut the fuck up and play your little video games. Nigga, so bye, nigga. Dismissed. Get out of here. Get home for dinner, son. It ain't gonna cook itself.
Dinner ain't gonna make
that
itself.
meal won't kick itself. Listen. And you got your mans in the background dapping them up. Like, yeah, nigga Big Eddie just took care of business. You brought this to my door. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. And my niggas are sitting looking like, oh shit.
It's all of that. All of that.
Crazy.
It's the fact that none of them bad niggas moved. This nigga Eddie don't need no help. He don't need backup. He don't need support. We know this nigga. This is the thing. And I wrote down, I took my glasses off because now I ain't got to read. I can see. But Eddie, I wrote down, I've got to know the history of Eddie and Lewis because this does not, all of that, this doesn't start here. Consider when Eddie showed up on the door, episode 1 or 2. Lewis is the one who is, again, has a little bravado. His chest is puffed out even then in regards to Eddie. And at first I'm thinking, maybe it's just they are in this honeymoon stage. I know what his absence has done to my daughter. I mean, to my wife. I know I've watched her cry when you don't show up. Maybe it's that. And there is an element of protection that I have. But this shit lets me know that it's deeper than rap. Something happened over the course of, Jackson ain't seen him in 8 years. Something has happened in this time frame with Lewis and Eddie, or even beforehand. This is not just me protecting my wife. Like, yeah, you came up in my house, which was disrespectful. I said that. I said Eddie was wrong. You ain't had no business doing that. That is fucked up. Howsoever, the anger that Lewis has towards Eddie is not just in regards to that. It is something, it is personal. It's something between them that has happened. And I am very curious to know what that is. And if, which knowing that I do be right, whatever that is, does Jax know about it? And I'm inclined to say no.
Probably not. No, I don't think she would, because I don't think her approach with Lewis would have been the same. If she knew there was some personal tension, she would go around it differently, especially knowing that her and Lewis are just rekindling and getting back to a good space. She wouldn't want to put them elsewhere. Like the great Cat Williams said, man, it does look like a phantom until the phantom pulls up.
Yeah.
I think that Lewis, whatever history was there, certain people you speak to with a different respect and approach, and other people you don't. You could have the same level of anger.
Yeah.
But if you go to 1990 Mike Tyson, probably gonna watch your mouth and how you say things versus going to Poindexter, where you feel like you can bully him around and kind of get your shit off. I think part of me, if you're gonna, and the whole reason I say this is because if you're going to take this approach, like I said earlier, if you're not going to have the, hey, let me talk to you on the side, let me sit down, maybe we need to go to dinner, maybe we need to have a man-to-man talk. I think if he knew that Eddie was a big dog like that, he would have taken that approach. I think he expected to punk Eddie and realized very quickly, like, oh, this nigga might smack fire out of me right now. You the one talking about some, and the only reason he didn't is because the same reason you didn't hit me.
Yeah.
Because of Jax. Because I don't want to call. I'm still trying to get in good. I don't want you running home like a sucker, like you would, running and telling your wife that your dad slapped you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to. So Lewis had no idea what he was approaching. And there's nothing more embarrassing, I would say.
For sure.
Than thinking it was one way, but it was another.
It's another.
Finding out it's another. And what you gonna do? You gonna go home and tell Jackson I stepped to your dad and he punked me? No. So now you got to carry this by yourself.
Cause you ain't had no business going down there anyways. That's the other thing. I really can't say shit because Jax don't know I took my ass down here.
And Jax might have known that. Hey, my dad might have been around, but I know something about my dad.
Nigga.
I know he ain't no hoe.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's why she ain't no hoe. Here,
yeah.
Jax is her fucking father.
Real shit. Minus the addiction, she's her dad.
She's a bully. She's a bully just like that nigga.
My dad wasn't around, but I can tell you this.
She's not shy. She's not afraid to get in your face. She gonna say what need to be said, right or wrong. She is that nigga. So had you said, I'm going to say something, she would have told you that that's not gonna go how you think it's gonna go. Because you can't talk to Jax. I don't know why I keep calling her Jazz. You can't talk to Jax however you want to. So you think you're gonna talk to her father? A nigga that's, first off, if you know anything about fucking musicians, they're nuts. You think you're gonna go talk to this man who's trying to get his family back, who been on the streets doing God knows what and has taken a task of being sober? You can't say shit to that nigga. Not with your chest poked out. Not thinking you're better. Somebody who has pulled themselves by the bootstraps, quote unquote, out of the trenches of the gutter. Motherfucker, you can't say shit to me. And just as a man, Eddie is right. Yes, I was wrong to leave my family. However, I was absolutely right to not let my daughter and wife see me, I don't know, sucking dick for a fix. I don't know. We don't know what the fuck this nigga was doing. You know? Y'all didn't have to see me down bad. You didn't have to see me with my 2 cheeseburgers, you know? So
yeah, straight up. Great callback, by the way.
I got these cheeseburgers.
Oh, you know who Eddie? Hey, I ain't fucking with you. You know what Eddie reminded me of?
What? My man.
And it didn't hit me until you said what?
My man.
Besides that, another one of your men.
Oh.
And it didn't hit me until you mentioned the musician part of it.
Oh.
He reminds me of Howlin' Wolf in Cadillac Records.
Oh, yes.
Like just that no nonsense. I don't know what you thought this was, but
for sure
it ain't that. And I'm not even gonna give you the opportunity to think that you're gonna play with me. Like just one of those. If you've seen Cadillac Records, ladies and gentlemen, you know Howlin' Wolf.
Stack lightning.
Hey, nigga was not fucking around. Like didn't even look like he type of nigga that don't even look like he had fun. Like he just no nonsense, nigga. Stop playing with me. I'll take your girl right in front of you and dare you to do something about it. Yeah. He can't hear you. Hey, he can't hear you, Muddy. Oh, he hears me.
Oh, he hear me.
He knows exactly what I'm saying. And once you said musician, it clicked for me. Like Eddie is that musician part of them. They don't play.
They do not fucking play. Yeah, man. Lewis, crazy. He got more than he was looking for. I tell you that. Now, all of that to say, all of these praises that are just sung for my man. He's up to something for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Eddie ain't just back. It's definitely some bullshit. It's some bullshit afoot.
Yeah, I don't know if he needs some money. I don't know what's going on.
My nigga need a kidney.
I think it's more than just wanting to know his family.
Yeah, he need a kidney. He done fucked some shit up.
And Lewis gonna be the one that have to give it to him.
And Lewis gonna be the match. And Jack's gonna make him do it. Cause she a bully like her motherfucking daddy.
Hey, I'm weak, bro. I'm weak. And I can actually see all this shit going down, man. Lewis ain't no coming back for Lewis, nigga. Go cook dinner. Play your little video games and shut the fuck up. Get
That
out my
shit
face.
is crazy.
Hey, getting dismissed, bro. And listen, that's the thing. You got to know how to pick that fight, because if you're gonna step to him like that, you better get ready to step. You got to put hands on him. It's easier for me in that situation to just go home and say, "Hey, Jax, I gotta talk to you. I had to put hands on your dad."
Yeah.
Like, and that's just what it comes down to.
You tried to
ain't no way I can. You dapping your nigga in front of me. Yeah, you dapping your niggas in front of me, just knowing you hold me. You know how hard, you know how frustrating that car ride home would be.
Thank God he was by himself.
Hey, listen, I'm glad nobody got to hear say. At least he gets to suffer and by himself, and has to hold on to the embarrassment solo, because nigga, if your kids was with you right there, they lose all types of respect.
Exactly.
Yeah, grandpa just hold the shit out of the head.
Exactly. Motherfucker, if Spencer?
No, yeah, he would have never. Spencer would have. Spencer would have telling Lewis to take the trash out. Oh, you want? And if Lewis stepped, nigga, you weren't stepping when Grandpa was about to smack fire out your ass.
If Spencer would have seen that shit, there is no hope. Whatever, because Spencer already high key don't fuck with Lewis. He don't fuck with Lewis or Jax.
Yeah, he like, man, give me I'm glad I'm out of here.
Ain't no motherfucking way, boy. Ain't no fucking way. So shout out to that. I'm excited to see what happens next week. This was a great episode. Can't wait to see more of Eddie. I do actually, in the lowest of keys, I do even still want to see him and Mama Lou's dynamic. I want to see more of that, because not just did he hold her out the way at the house, but one of the key things of this show is the psychology of the characters for me. Jax is not the only person who was affected by Eddie's drug use and his departure. Mama Lou has had questionable relationships with men, inclusive of Eddie, because again, this nigga was on drugs. You were with this abuser for however many years who abused your daughter. There is some reconciling that has to happen. And the way that he was with her at that house, I'm very curious. And I have some thoughts. I'll keep them of their dynamic. Yes, I do think that they are sleeping together again. But I'm just their dynamic is something I'm very curious about. Without the children, without Jax, just their one-on-one. And no, I don't need to see them fucking, but just
Eddie told Mama Lou, your body ain't forget me.
I see your body ain't forget. Period. Okay, hello. Welcome back. Well, the name stays home.
Oh shit, man.
Again, guys, thank you for listening, watching. Continue to like, subscribe, comment, and share. This is Reasonable Doubt. We are the We Got Y'all podcast with Ray and Rich. Thank you. We love y'all. Peace out. Be safe.
Peace. We'll see y'all next week.
Don't roll up on nobody who bigger than you.
You better think if you a Phantom, you better make sure you a Phantom. Don't be no 300. Don't be no 300 rolling up to these Phantoms.
Don't have too much dip on your chip. I'm trying to tell you.
The quote Wu-Tang, protect your neck.
Protect your neck. We out.
Yeah, y'all.
Bye.